So, by gosh, we have joined the 21st century, and I couldn't be more pleased. So, this hearing will come to order. And I do want to, first of all, congratulate our colleague and ranking member, Senator Gallego. He is at home today with brand new baby Cooper, and we wish you the very best with you and your new son, Senator Gallego. I know that you are deeply engaged in the discussion on market structure, and we'll be submitting questions for the record. So again, our congratulations to you. I also want to congratulate Senators Hagerty, Chairman Scott, Senator Gillibrand, and also Brooks, and members of this subcommittee on the passage of the Genius Act last week. It really was a historic moment for digital asset regulation. It was a bumpy ride getting it done. But all the sweeter for that. And we showed that we can use regular order and bipartisanship to get things done around here, regardless of how arduous that may be. So we don't want to lose momentum. Today's hearing is going to focus on the need for digital asset market structure legislation and the themes that the Senate Banking Committee will need to consider in the coming weeks. So to avoid some of the bumpiness that we experienced in getting through the process with stablecoins, we're going to start the market structure component of digital asset regulation with some general guidelines and principles governing the committee's consideration of bipartisan market structure legislation. So we released those principles this morning. They were signed by Chairman Scott, Tillis, Hagerty, and myself. And these principles include the following. Legislation should clearly define the legal status of digital assets, meaning that Congress should draw the line between a security and a commodity in statute. That has been a clear source of frustration for those who are attempting to identify their regulator. Second, jurisdiction should be clearly allocated among regulators, including that all digital assets and distributed ledger technology should not be regulated equally, but that different opportunities and risks come with different assets and forms of this technology. And I invite you all to provide guidance based on your experience in this particular area. Third, regulation should be modernized to foster innovation, including a new securities registration pathway for digital asset fundraising and modernization, so we can have existing rules brought up to date with respect to custody and record keeping to account for the efficiency and transparency of distributed ledger technology. Fourth, regulation should protect consumers, including requiring digital asset exchanges to be subject to comparable regulation as other centralized intermediaries, and that customers should have priority in bankruptcy. Fifth, illicit finance measures should be targeted and pro-innovation. This has been an area that has vexed me, trying to understand where some of the people on the Intel Committee are coming from, but I think I'm getting a clear picture because I got to spend a lot of time with them as we were negotiating stablecoins. So this would require adopting digital asset examination standards and considering the extent to which distributed ledger technology can improve the work of law enforcement. And finally, financial regulators should welcome responsible innovation and promote the use of no-action letters, sandboxes, regulatory coordination, and appropriate timelines for application decisions. This industry over the last 4 years has been embroiled in very expensive litigation that provided no clear path forward for complying with regulations and being innovative in the process. So that's our goal. And I look forward to working with Ranking Member Gallego, the members of the subcommittee, Chairman Scott, and Chairman Bozeman, who, of course, has jurisdiction over the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, because we want to move market structure forward. And today we have a very distinguished panel of witnesses, and I am grateful that you are here. Sarah Hammer is the Executive Director of the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School. Greg Zitalis, General Counsel of Multicoin Capital. Ryan Van Grack, Vice President of Legal at Coinbase, and the Honorable Russ Benham, former chair of the Commodity Futures Trading Commission and a distinguished fellow at Georgetown University. Welcome and thank you to each of you. So, without further ado, Ms. Hammer, you are recognized for your opening remarks.
Thank you.